Hey, what's up? I'm Allie and welcome back to my channel. I'm not going to be doing a, Jesus, what month was it? May wrap up, mostly because I don't feel like most of those books are really worth talking about. A lot of them were rereads that I've talked about before on this channel and that many others have talked about. And a lot of them, if not all but the rereads, were for a secret TBR video anyway, so, and that's not out yet. So I don't really have a need to do a wrap up. Instead, I'm going to do a little bit of a TBR. I'm going to do a TBR instead in its place and just let you guys know some of the things that I do plan on reading for the summer. I also have several announcements for readathons that I am hosting as well as participating in. Basically, this is going to be those announcements about these readathons that are going to be happening, and also just letting you know some of the books that are on my radar, but kind of just letting you know that I'm on the search for things to read for these readathons as well. So this is just a very tentative list of things that I would like to get to this summer. Summer is when I tend to do the most reading, I feel like, so I'm hopeful. First of all, let's get into the readathon things that are happening in my life that I will be participating in. First of all, FANTASYATHON is going to be happening and I am a host. Now, Maddie the book pusher is the one who puts this together, and Pierre is also going to be joining. I'm sure you know who they are already, especially if you watch my channel. I feel like that we have fairly similar reading tastes as well as personalities, so this should be fun. It's going to be happening from June 26th to July 2nd. Challenges, I do believe, are the same as they have been previous times. I'm just checking my laptop over here. 1. Read a diverse fantasy. 2. Read a debut or a backlist title. 3. Start a new series or read on in a series. 4. Read a hype train fantasy. And 5. Read a fantasy in a format you don't normally read. So you can double up on these challenges. You could find a book that might fit all of these if you want to. Check out our Twitter for more information. I'm still unsure if we are hosting sprints or not during that time. Do people find sprints helpful? Do they? What do? How? Next we have a CRAMATHon. I have been doing with Dylan, Jay, and Julia for a few years now. And again, I will have all of them linked down below. You are probably familiar with them if you are in the book community. It is going to be taking place from July 6th to the 12th. There are only going to be 5 challenges. So the challenges for this are a 2020 release, a book by a Black author, a book less than 200 pages, which is always something that we include since it's the CRAMATHON, an own voices book, and a nonfiction book. So again, you could find something that potentially fits all of these things. I will also leave the Twitter for that down below. We do 10-toe sprints over there. They're a distance away and I don't have anything set in stone for that. I will probably be talking more about a set TBR closer to those dates on my social medias, so you can follow me. I'm at Hardback Hoarder everywhere. And I'm also probably going to be vlogging, and I will have the TBR in my vlog since I don't tend to listen anyway. So we'll just see the full process of me changing my mind a bunch of times. I want to bring your attention to 2 readathons. One that I am for certain going to be participating in that is taking place very soon, and one that I am still up in the air about, but it sounds really fun, so I am interested in it. First is the Blackout Buddy Read, hosted by Books with Shae. It's happening from June 5th to June 19th. There are 2 books that we are going to be reading, and there is a live show. Books are White Fragility? What the fuck is Fragility? The books are White Fragility and White Rage. I have already downloaded White Fragility from Libro FM. If you don't know, that's an audiobook thing. It's the same price as Audible, so make the switch. And you can choose to buy things through independent bookstores, small bookstores. Mine through a Black-owned bookstore. I personally chose Semicolon, and they've also been handing out lunches for kids. So that is who I decided to choose, but obviously do your research and choose who you would like. Shae is an educator and she felt that it was necessary. She basically was saying how important it is that these books be read and that we discuss them. So there is going to be a live show, the website, as well as her announcement video down below, and any other information with that. I do know that I believe white Fragility copies are sold out everywhere. So I believe that that is what I've seen. So you might have a hard time finding copies of it that aren't digital at this point. I think some people were saying that it is on script. She thought it was good to educate people on basically having privilege and why we need to be anti-racist during this time. So I thought it was very important to listen to that. Before anyone comes in here and is like, why are you talking politics? First of all, racism is in politics, it's just hate. Changes need to be made. I'm very much supportive of Black Lives Matter. There should be no problems with that. We are being told that we live in a nation where the people's voices matter, but they have proven time and time again that they don't. I'm urging you to stand against the injustices of black people in America. I'll have a link below where you can sign petitions, which is absolutely totally free. It just takes a little bit of your time. It takes one click. I swear. Okay? Sign the petitions. Share the petitions that you are signing. Donate. The link has donation things. There are also YouTube videos that you can currently watch where the ad revenue goes towards these different organizations. I'll have other resources linked down below. But I do urge you to do your own research and to educate yourselves. I urge you to read more black voices, read more black authors, read more black stories. There are so many recommendations out there. I urge you to watch more black booktubers. There's going to be a thread down below of black booktubers. Please do not follow just because. Follow because you genuinely care. Make sure that you do watch the videos. Don't just subscribe and then never watch, because what the hell is the point of that? Subscribers don't actually mean anything. If you look at anyone's subscriber count to their video watch count, it is nowhere close. I cannot sit by and be silent, and I hope that you can't either. I'm not always the best at speaking, as anyone who watches my videos may know, but I hope that the point has gotten across that I truly believe that no lives matter until Black Lives Matter. It is of utmost importance, and all my ad revenue in June is going towards Black Lives Matter organizations. Go do your thing, go sign, go donate, go protest. The other readathon that I am considering participating in is the FUCKATHON. That's right. You heard me right. The FUCKATHON is kind of a really interesting spin on reading diversely in a way where it's like, fuck the things that are just shitty. One of the prompts is fuck ableism. Noria Reads, the creator of that, I'm going to leave a link to the video for that down below, so make sure you check that out if you're interested. I believe that is for the whole month of July as well. So I'll know closer to if it is something I'm going to be participating in or if I'm just feeling overwhelmed by readathons at that point. Anyway, let's get into my summer TBR. Because this list is so long, I'm probably not going to be going into too many descriptions, so yeah, I got a list. Everyone here knows that I like to come with a lot of options. So I've already talked about white Fragility and white rage. I have also currently already started All Boys Aren't Blue. This is personal essays from George M. Johnson, who talks about his experiences of being black as well as being part of LGBTQ+. He's also an activist. It's been very empowering so far. I'm probably only about halfway through and I have already cried. I've written down things. Like, it's just so good. Another one that I came across that sounded really interesting was Black Girl Unlimited. This is about Echo Brown, who is a wizard from the east side. She finds portals that kind of open up to these rich schools on the west side, and she ends up going there but finds that she's leaving some things behind on the east side that could really change things for her. One that I definitely feel like that I'm going to be reading for FANTASYATHON is Song of Wraths and Ruin. This has been on my radar and it's even more so now. I feel like everyone is talking about it. This is, of course, a fantasy. I believe it's part of a duology. It's West African folklore inspired. I believe that there's also games involved in this, and you guys know I'm always down for games. Karina's mother has been assassinated and she wants to bring her mother back to life, but in order to do this she needs the heart of a king, I believe. So she decides that she is going to marry the victor of some sort of competition in order to make that happen. This also follows Malik, and he makes his way into the competition, of course, to destroy each other, but there's attraction in there. It sounds fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Also, a real sucker for romance in the summer. I don't know what it is about it. I just love me a good romance in the summer. and I downloaded The Boyfriend Project. This is about a woman who finds out that she's being catfished, and she teams up with the other two women and they become best friends, and then they decide they're going to dedicate their, how long? 6 months invested in themselves. There's going to be no men, no dating, just them. They're going to worry about themselves. And of course, she ends up meeting someone who could possibly be the perfect boyfriend. Next one, I feel like I can't fully explain that well, but I did download it. The Toni Morrison book club. I really love Toni Morrison's writing. I have another book on here, Beloved, that I plan on reading for the summer. So here's another one to add to the list, but the Toni Morrison book club. And this is a group memoir following 4 friends. One black, white, gay, straight, immigrant, and American born. And they talk about using Toni Morrison's novels to create these intimate and revealing conversations about racism and living in times of uncertainties. And it also talks about police brutality and Black Lives Matter in this book. And when I saw it, I was already interested in it. I was so excited about it. I feel like we see so many like Jane Austen and Pride and Prejudice book clubs. Why? I don't know. Maybe because I've never read those. Someone described it as Black Buffy Goes to Wonderland, and I'm here for it. I don't know anything about Buffy, just that she like fights demons and kills stuff or something. But I'm down for it anyway. I was saying, I'm not going into the titles of these. I'm going to continue to read. I don't even know if I'm in shot, but I'm going to continue to try to finish the series that I have started and have not completed that I currently own. So there's a whole list. I'm not getting into that right now. Just know there's a lot there, and I don't plan on reading all of them this summer. I just plan on continuing some of them. Anyway, the rest are arcs, and again, I'm probably not going to go too much into these. I'm really excited about it. Comes out this month is The Girl from Widow Hills. This is Megan Miranda. Megan Miranda is one of my favorite mystery thriller writers, so I'm very excited about this. Left Away in a Rainstorm, and I think she comes across like she is sleepwalking and she wakes up, there's a dead man in front of her, and then it's years later and she's like under a new identity, and the anniversary of that's coming up, and sleepwalking again, and there's a corpse of a man that she knows from her previous life at her feet. There's one. Another mystery thriller is Riley Sager's Home Before Dark. That's what it's called. That was actually my book of the month pick for this month. So, and I didn't think it came out till July, but I ain't mad. I ain't mad. I don't even know what it's about, but I just really love Riley Sager's mystery thrillers. So, some middle grades that I plan on reading, because I love me some middle grade. One, I want to continue The Serpent's Secret series. This is Cinderella in the Kingdom Beyond. This is based around, it's kind of like Rick Riordan in that it takes these myths, and in this case it takes Indian mythology and it makes it relevant to modern times, and it's funny and there's fart jokes and it's great. So y'all been sleeping on this. I know you've been sleeping on it, but the third one came out recently, well, semi-recently, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Another one is A Pinch of Magic. Gavin is always talking about this. He has raved this up, so I'm interested. I do believe that this comes out in the US in August, so we got some ways. Another one is Dress Coded, and this is about a group of girls who are kind of sick of being dress coded, and they make a podcast and invite others to basically come on and talk about how they've been dress coded. And it just sounds really empowering for middle schoolers. This is Mexican Gothic. I have heard mixed things about this already, and I'm interested to see what's being said. Yeah. It's about this woman, her cousin gets married, and then her cousin, I think, asks for help, so she shows up and her cousin is acting kind of weird, and the men around her being kind of weird and kind of creepy, so I don't know, we will see. Another one is Cinderella's Dead. This was on my TBR for, was it my 24-hour reading thing that I did. One of the things that I did, I have talked about this before. Cinderella has been dead for like 200 years, and the women are required to show up at a ball and become married, and if you aren't chosen at this ball, you disappear. But our main character, what's her name? Sophia would rather marry Aaron, her childhood best friend, than parade in front of suitors. So they have a plan that they are going to bring down the king once for all, and they find out more about Cinderella's story that they never knew. Like, we don't get a lot of Cinderella retellings. And then the Stone Girl. I've talked about this before as well. This does come out in July. 3 women who have been victimized by the Lost Boys. That's a group of wealthy and powerful men who prey on rich and troubled women. Lost Boys, his obsessiveness turns into horrific violence. So I have thought that that sounds really empowering as well. Those are the main things that I really want to get to, honestly. Everything else, again, is up for, it's open. Be sure you check out the links below for all of this information, as well as some more resources. I hope that you guys have liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe to see future videos from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next one. Bye!